Hello my beautiful people, welcome to Lifestyle with Elizabeth. This is Elizabeth from of course Lifestyle with Elizabeth, a channel whereby we strive for financial freedom, we start businesses, we grow financially, and of course we continue embracing each other and ourselves in terms of self-love. Karibuni. Let me tell you something. Just the other day I was on my out and about zangu, and it just happened that there is a base that I always take my smokies, and sometimes I take my eggs. And so I engaged this dude and we started talking about how he came up with the business idea, how it is in Kenya. And let me tell you something, the things that he told me were like mind-blowing. I'm like, you mean with such a business that so many people look down upon, it can actually give you so much, this much returns? I mean, I'm like, na mimi ni nani nikasema staki wadau desis wa my hub waachwe nyuma. So today I just want to do a long or a brief video on how to start eggs and smokies businesses here in Kenya. It's actually a business that can give you between 26k to 60k per month. That is translates to 124 to 187k per year. Crazy, right? I know. It is very easy to start, and actually all you need is between 10k to 12k. That's all that you need, which I'm going to break it down in a minute, so stay tuned. And it requires very minimal experience to no experience at all. If this is the kind of the content that you like, kindly give my video a thumbs up and subscribe. It's a support from me, from you guys to me. So let's get started on this So once again, don't leave without subscribing, don't leave without sharing, don't leave without liking my video. It does a lot when it comes to our algorithm. It really boosts us as vloggers, as YouTubers, and as educators. So what are some of the things that you require for you to start the eggs and smokies business? The number one thing that you need is a trolley. When you go to industrial area, majorly it costs around 6k to around 78, depending on where you are buying it from, and also depending from the size. You can opt to go to industrial area. There's so many huko, and then if at all, maybe you can still Google from Jiji or Jumia. They still vary, the prices are similar or almost the same. Maybe you are going to include the transportation, the delivery fee. If at all you cannot afford a new one, there is always a second hand one, which is around 4k to around 5k. But if you ask me, I will advise that you go for a new one. That is where now the 10 to around 12k, we are breaking it down, you know. So go for a new one. If at all you feel the urge of starting right now and you don't have that extra 2k or 1,500, then maybe you can go for a second one. They are always there. You can't miss one. If you cannot afford a trolley, we always have the clear boxes, the clear buckets. It's a clear bucket whereby there is a way you put some polythene inside to ensure that the eggs remain a bit warm for a longer time. Yes, so don't be there saying that I don't have the 7k to buy a trolley. If at all you have it's 200 bob. It's 200 bob if you go to Kamkunji, or if at all you're going to buy it at your local place, then it has to be around 230 up to around 250 if at all you're buying it there. But if at all you go to Kamkunji, whereby they sell these things in whole price places, then you're going to be guaranteed you're going to get it at 200 bob. Apart from the bucket, if at all you're not going to get the trolley, then you're going to need a hot pot for the smokies, because you're not going to put the smokies inside the clear bucket pot. So a very nice hot pot is going to reach between 600 and 800 shillings for putting the smoky, because you're not going to put the smoky in the clear bucket. So if you ask me, instead of you buying the bucket, then almost 1,000 for the hot pot, maybe you can just save up Like I said, you need the 10K. So as a startup, for you to start up with it. So so it's more advisable even for the presentation where you're going to place them. So when you have a trolley, it's going to be far much better. But if at all, like I said, if at all you cannot afford it as right now, then go ahead and get this the clear bucket and the hot pot. The number 2 thing you have to identify or come up with was where are you going to source the eggs and the smokies. You can either buy them from your shop, a local shop, or a supermarket, or the better still, you can identify somebody that is actually rearing chickens and you can just be buying from them directly. Currently, I've done my maths, I have my Kenya. So currently, here in Kenya, all the place where I stay, an egg, a crate, a tray of egg, we are buying it at 400 shillings. So according to my calculations, so now this is the way you break it down. If you have bought that crate at 400 bob, then you come and sell those eggs at 25 bob, it means that you're going to make 750. So when you minus the 400 bob that you have actually bought at, the profit is going to be 350 per tray. So you can imagine in a day you have sold, like, let's say 3 trays for startup. So how much is that going to translate? So at the end of the day, you're just going to make a lot of money. So you can imagine 350 when you multiply it by 3. That's a lot of money. And actually, if at all you have bought it at around 440, because the eggs are ranging from 440 to around from 400 to around 440. So meaning that if you do those calculations, then you're going to sell that per egg, per tray, you're going to sell it at 310. But now I'm talking about the area that I am in, whereby we are buying those eggs per tray, we are buying it at 400 bob. When it comes to smokies, per kg, they usually sell them at 343. That is per kg. And the kg, it has 22 smokies inside. Meaning per smoky, you have bought it at 15 bob, 0.5 and 50 cents, 15 shillings and 5 cents. Yeah, so that is going to translate to when you sell everything, smokies, we are buying them between 30 bob and 35 shillings. So when you do that calculations, at the end of the day, you'd have sold at 660. If at all you're selling it at 30 bob, if at all you're selling it at 35 bob, you would have made 770. So meaning at the end of the day, if now you take the 660, when you minus the 343, the buying price, you are going to make 317. If at all you're selling at 35 bob, so it's going to be the 770 that you have made minus the 343. It means that you're going to make 427 per packet. So what if at all you sell, like let's say 5 packets or 2 packets? That's a lot of money. Crazy, right? I know. After you have identified where you're going to source your smokies and eggs, the other thing that you need is that you need to clear containers. One, you're going to put the kachubari with piri-piri, and then the other one you're going to put kachubari without piri-piri. Then you have to ensure that you have nicely chopped those kachubari, you have washed the nyanya, you have washed the piri-piri, the coriander, that is dania, you have mixed them well, and then you have like and then the katrori thing there down there is like a storage place. This is whereby you can just chop your kachubari very nicely, and then you can store it inside there, so that the time that a customer wants a smoky, and there's a time now you're starting to cut off the kachubari. Yes, you also ensure that you have tomato sauce, you have chili sauce. There is another one that I love. It's usually called what do we call it? Not soy sauce. Is it soy sauce? Not soy sauce. Choma sauce. It's called choma sauce. It's blackish, it's darkish. Let me tell you something. I always hang around that dude because of the way it brings the kachubari out of it. It's like the mayonnaise of a kachubari when you're taking those smokies and eggs. Ensure that you have a salt shaker, not necessarily the glass one. Go for the plastic ones. It's around 30 bob to 50 bob anywhere they're selling these mari things. Also ensure that because let me tell you something, if I come to your place and you just have a paper, the salt paper, unanimwagia hivi ama unaichukua hivi unaniwekea hivi surely. Also ensure you have some serviettes. Yeah, serviettes makes the whole difference. It makes you stand out. Yeah, then ensure that you have the 2 towels whereby you can wipe if at all there are some things that have spilled. So ensure that you have those nice and clean and dry towels. Even if it's a bit damp, don't make it so damp, but make it so nice. Present yourself. The way you present yourself is going to say a lot about you, how you handle yourself. You know, you're handling food. We don't want to come there, you are all messy, there are no serviettes. There are no towels that you can actually wipe your place. Ensure that you have packaged yourself well. The last thing that you need is the you know, like a foil. If at all you can afford the foil. If not the foil, there are those packaging things, you know, the way to, if at all I want to take away, you can pack it so nicely for me. If at all I'm eating there, if at all you don't have a foil, there are those papers that are actually cut. Actually nowadays it's been made so easy because they are being sold, you know, like a small size or even a bigger size. So those are the requirements that you need to start. So which are some of the things that you actually need to consider before you open a smoky and eggs business? One thing is a location. Location, when it comes to this business, it's everything. You have to ensure that maybe it's outside the supermarket, there is a stage around, there is a market around, meaning there is a heavy flow of people, because this is fast, it's a fast moving food stand, you know. So if at all now you're opening into Hukondani, nobody, even if you're going to sell, you're not going to sell as much as somebody that has opened whereby there is an inch, whereby there is a heavy flow of people. So ensure maybe there is a school there, there is a hospital there, there is a university or whatever stage ya magari. Ensure that kuna watu wengi sana wana flow kwa hiyo kitu. Also another thing you have to consider is that don't go opening a store, a whole, paying rent for this smoky, unless maybe you are selling other things. You know, there is chips, there is a somewhere that people can sit down, unless that is what you have in mind. But if at all you're just concentrating on the eggs and the smokies place, ensure that maybe you have just like a stand whereby there is you're not going to pay rent. And also consider, if at all you are not doing well, it's not the smokies are not moving, you can always move from that place to another. Don't just be stuck there. You have to like reason out. Here I'm selling, but it's not as much as maybe let me try the next station and move. That is why the trolley has legs to move you to your destiny and greatness. So always move. The second thing that you have to actually consider is the presentation. How are you presenting your shop? Like I said, you are selling food to us. Kama msichana nawe, you can imagine me, I'm selling eggs with this. By the time nikonge egg, I mean hata mwenyewe, even if no matter how clean my nails could be, somebody might be feeling that apana. You know, the way we were always taught in school is like the hamper jams. If at all you have to get yourself a coat, a white apron, not if at all you have to get yourself a white coat, get yourself an apron. The way you are, you know, present yourself. Let us see this person. If after all this is the way he is clean outside, she is clean outside, just go ahead. I mean, we can always compare the food with how you look. Present yourself. You know, if at all you're a lady, it does not mean that your nails have to be you know, to be plain. Just ensure that you have a small a base makeup. Make your hair, if at all it's a do, let your hair be short. If at all you just have to wear those hats that they usually wear, go ahead and do it. Let your lipstick be there, your nice earrings. The way you present, the way you handle yourself, it's going to say a lot about what you are selling to us. Because let me tell you something, if at all I always come to your shop and you're always leaning on that trolley, get yourself a stool banner. You're there is sweat is flowing, then you remember, oof, I was supposed to, then you remember, oof, then you remember. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Get yourself a stool. If at all you have your phone, listen to music. If at all you have a book, you know, you just don't stay there. I mean, be busy yourself, but at the same time be alert that somebody has come to your shop. You don't go calling people to come and eat at your kibanda, at your station. It's either you actually attract them by how you look, how your business looks like, how it is presented, or simply because they are hungry. human being are visual being, so don't give them a reason why they should not even consider coming to your business. Give them all the reasons that your place is the best place that they can have the best of Smokies place. So when a client comes, just say hi, let them order whatever it is, handle the food very well, and then now offer them a serviette. It feels so nice. And let me tell you something, there is always a possibility when you once eat one smoky ama one egg, and if kama hajakwambia umfungie, there is always a possibility we always ask for another one. I'm speaking from experience. So present your business well. This is where you are gaining you want your 187k per year to come from. So present yourself. And then the takeaway from this video is that always ensure that you have invested in high scented sweets. Some people it's in the morning, they didn't have something in their house, so as they go along they just want to take a bite. But mostly for me, I prefer that if at all I'm doing it in the morning and I have to rush to the office, maybe I'm meeting up somebody, sometimes I fear having that smell in my mouth, the egg thing and the kitungu and the hoho and dania. So but if at all there is a tropical, I'm a PK, believe you me, I always ensure if at all I don't have it in my pocket, I'm going to eat somewhere there is the next thing that there is, I'm going to have that high scented sweets. So it's also, you're not giving them for free. At the end of the day, you are having the shop, eggs and smoky, and then also you're selling PK, and also you're selling tropicals. Those two, they have a very good scent, and once I eat, and maybe you take that sweet, it's going to clear that kitunguish and whatever smell. So if at all you're not going to open this thing as a full-time thing, you can always open it as a side hustle, and then you're going to let this person know in a day I require 400 to around 600. You just have to put a very reasonable price on this business, because if at all you're going to asking for 800 shillings, surely atakutolea wapi. When you also put a very low price in terms of the money that they're supposed to send you on a daily basis, then they are going to take advantage of the situation. They might end up messing around your job. So you have to put a reasonable price that they're supposed to send you on a monthly basis, on a daily basis. Then give them space, let them work. Usikae tu hapo kama inzi, unaenda 2 minutes, then you are here, you are calling, how far are we? Give them the space to make this money for you. Let them send you 600 shillings after every deduction of that business of that day, and also they have also paid themselves. So we are talking about the 800 and whatever K, 100 and something K. It's out of total profit. Save some, invest some. So I hope that I have been into details about this video. I've actually, in a while, I have not done such a long video, but I just wanted to capture each and everything that actually I spoke with that dude. He was so generous to give me this information for free, and I just hope that this video is not, if it is going to be of benefit to you. If at all is not going to be of benefit to you, kindly share it to somebody else that is actually contemplating on what to do on their spare time. Yes, so I really hope that is going to be of benefit, if not to you, to somebody else to you. So be a good person and involve God in each and everything that you're doing. So until next time, guys, once again, don't leave without subscribing and liking and sharing my video. Until next time, till next week, keep it rocked and cheers to success.